I was living in Sarasota, Florida, hanging out with Pastor David and Morgan and Pastor Mike and Rebecca at our church in Sarasota. And they got called here to Life Chapel. At that time it was Destiny Church. And about a year transition, after they came up here, the Lord continued to call me here to Rainsville and to Life Chapel. So I had a job opportunity I was waiting on. It took a year for the Lord to open those doors. And during that time, I had the opportunity to just go through and, continue to be a part of Life Chapel, even though I wasn't living here and really didn't know anybody at that time. I got to get on Facebook and watch the service, every Sunday evening, and just kind of watch how the Lord has really just continued to fall in this place and to just continue to move and to grow. And I got to watch the church grow for the year that I was still in Sarasota when Pastor David and Morgan and Mike and Rebecca were here, and just watched, the worship team grow and change, and watch, the sermons just continue to, dive into the Word. So when I actually got here a couple months ago, it was almost like it was already family. I didn't know very many people still, but it was probably the fastest that I've gotten connected to a church, gotten connected to a church family. And I'm continuing to watch the Lord move and to grow and to just, continue to see what He's doing here. So I'm really excited to see what it is that He has, next, and what He has for me while I'm here. Not really sure how to describe the worship services. I listen and I have the opportunity to just be able to unplug, and even though there's so many people around, have the opportunity to really just spend time with the Lord. And, the Lord's allowed to just, the Spirit's allowed to move through the worship service. And there are times that the worship service changes and shifts, and the Holy Spirit's allowed to move, and we get to go with that versus having 3 songs and the songs end and you have to stop there. If the Holy Spirit's moving and something's happening and He wants to heal somebody, or somebody needs to be prayed over, or a word needs to be given, there's freedom. So we just have the freedom to worship and the freedom to just allow God to speak however it is that He wants to speak. So settling in here has been the fastest that I have at any churches. When I was in Sarasota, I was new there for 11 years, and I went to so many different churches trying to find the right church home. And so I visited so many different churches, big churches, small churches, all different kinds. And there's a different feel when you walk through the doors. Sometimes you can walk through the doors of a really small church and still feel really alone and not welcome, even though there's only a couple people in there. But when I walked through the doors here, people were genuinely, loving and welcoming and, introducing themselves. I had so many phone numbers rather quickly, since I was new to the area, of people willing to just help. If you need anything, please, call me. When the weather changed and we had a huge frost and things, I think 3 people came up and made sure, are you okay? Is there anything that you need? When we had huge weather shifts again and had tornado possibilities and things, I had, calls from different people making sure that I knew what to do since I was new to the area. What do you do in a tornado? And just people checking on me and making sure that, I was okay. So it's just been one of those opportunities to just really get plugged in, that people were friendly and open and, really cared about, my safety and just, making sure that I was plugged in.